All right, I'm gonna ask Mans a question because I seen this on Insta. I seen a meme, right? It's a meme where Peter Parker has his glasses on, takes his glasses on, he's looking at the Lakers, takes his glasses off, rubs his eyes, and sees the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yo,
Robs,
honestly,
we have to sit here and hear Chris tell us he's that guy. Chris told us AD is that guy because of what he did in the playoffs, and that guy can't win a game to save his life right now. I gave him the first couple because he was off. He just came back, but Wagwan, that team is on a free fall.
here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I firmly believe, coming off of what we saw in the finals, that AD was the second best player in the league. Okay. I don't think anybody can.
Not too, but not far off. Still, it's not. So it's
Nah, he was the second best player, fam. Like from what he was doing on offense, what he did on defense. Like I told you, like I don't know another big man that's going to say I'm checking Jimmy Butler for the entire game. I just don't know it. I don't know another big that has the ability to do something like that. So for me, he was the second best player. Coming back off of what happened to the Achilles, and he was on my fantasy team when I absolutely needed him to perform. So I was watching him. He doesn't look like he has the confidence in that leg or in himself, period, right now.
But
and to me, he just didn't have enough time to play himself into that confidence, which is the issue for me. So when I'm looking at the Lakers, they're dead food. They're dead food. They're dead food.
You know why I'm not hearing that? Look at Anthony Davis's numbers before he got hurt.
Yeah, he was still shit.
So what is it?
Yeah, he was still shit.
He's not that guy. I'm sorry. He showed us.
No, but in all respect, this was probably one of his worst seasons since like his second year in the league.
That's my point. Because the thing is, right? AD was considered a top 5, top 7 player when he wasn't winning any single game to save his life. It's not like he just started winning games and man started rating him. He was considered a top player and could not win a game to save his life. That's why now after you say he wins a championship, he's a top 2. I may disagree, but it's not far off because he was regarded as a top guy in this league and could not win. So is he that guy?
But he's a sideman.
We've heard him say it. Like when he was coming, don't say
he's
that.
How is he not a sideman? How is he not?
If he's a sideman, then what are other players, bro?
Okay. Hold on. Let me address this. What I'm saying is this: we have to understand when it comes from a talent perspective, AD is up there. No question. But the reality is, when he's out there as a number 1 guy, he doesn't get it done. And there's a lot of guys.
All right, that's the same thing for Beerman. James Harden's also a sideman.
But James Harden's brought his team way further.
James Harden is a sideman.
What I'm saying,
Kyrie Irving is a sideman.
Okay, Kyrie is a sideman.
Kyrie Irving is definitely a sideman.
Paul George is a sideman.
Yes. Paul George is a sideman.
All right.
Yes.
Paul George. As long as we're keeping it consistent along other great.
I'll say James Harden's not a sideman because he's been to the playoff way further than AD has ever brought a team to the playoffs. Giannis has done more than that guy. Dame has brought more than that guy. Like Luka's even brought more than that guy. Like, come on, man.
He might be. Giannis might definitely be a sideman.
Giannis actually might be a sideman.
But he's definitely done more than AD.
Facts.
He may be a top sideman, but
how is he a top sideman? He's an MVP. Davis can't say that. Davis can't say he's a DPOY either.
No. That's not the convo.
I hear that, but I'm just saying. But if we're gonna speak about the man as a sideman, and he has those type of accolades. We can't compare him to a man with nothing beside his name.
Fam, I'm assuming when we're. I'm saying top side. I'm assuming when you're talking about a sideman, especially with these great players, you're talking about a man that can't go out there and win a championship on his ones as a leading charge.
Yes.
That's what I'm assuming you're saying.
No, he can't be the.
And we don't know if Giannis can be the leading charge.
But I'm saying he has more evidence than AD does.
Yes, he does. He definitely does.
Yes, he does, which makes him a top of the class sideman.
Yeah, I agree.
Top level sideman.
Can't be a sideman. Can't be a sideman.
I agree. What? He's a top level sideman. As of right now,
I'm going with your definition.
But what I'm saying, he's the guy in the team.
He's a number 1.
He's the guy in the team.
But he's not winning the championship.
But he's making it further than AD was.
But he's not. When it really matters, when it really matters, he's not.
Okay, I'll say this. Until Giannis decides that he can't do it on his own and joins up with the next superstar, then he'll be a sideman. But that's how AD did. That's what AD did.
But we called AD a sideman way before.
Nah, Maz, we're not calling AD a sideman pre-Lakers, fam. Come on.
When he couldn't make the playoffs?
We were saying he isn't that guy, but we weren't calling him a sideman, bro. We're not saying he's a sideman.
Him not being that guy is what equals
sideman.
Being a sideman.
You have to be a sideman to somebody.
But yo, the thing is, Chris, right?
No, you don't.
How not?
The thing is, Chris,
has LeBron James ever been a sideman to a man?
No, he had Kyrie as a sideman.
All right, so how can he be a sideman to somebody? What are you talking about? You just said you have to be a sideman to somebody.
I'm saying we call AD a sideman now because he's with Bron. But when he was on his lonely, you can't call him a sideman because there's no one to be
that's
with.
what you're saying. Okay, that's what you're saying.
He wasn't. He wasn't
we knew
reporting
that AD was a sideman, though.
I'm saying,
for me,
people weren't saying that until he got to the Lakers.
But the thing is,
and officially became a sideman.
Yeah. All right, the thing is with AD, fam, like he could even make playoffs. At least I'm looking at a man like Giannis, like Harden. These men are high seeds in the playoffs. A man like AD could not sniff. The 1 year he could sniff is when he had Boogie and Rondo in their turn up over there. Aside from that, like they've been 7th seed at best. Big bouncing. Their highest achievement was sweeping the Blazers, and then get bounced the next round in 4 games. So like when I'm talking absolute sideman, he is probably the most talented player with the least amount of ability to win a game, if that makes any sense.
There's nothing wrong with being a sideman. Hey, Pippen's the greatest sideman ever. They ain't wrong. Nothing wrong with that.
The only thing is, though, when we start talking about the front mans, you gotta wait for this. You gotta leave the side mans in the back. So when we're talking about mans who've led before, we gotta rank them first and then start dealing with it. We can go top side man and then the side man.
Amen.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying, man.
Bro. To me, I just feel like the man, for whatever reason, his body didn't bounce back properly. That's all I see. That
fam, when has his body ever been right? That's my question.
Fam, but that's my point. That right there is my point. So he's already been struggling with shit when he's had his rest. Everyone's not LeBron James, fam.
But everyone's not also AD either. He's a glass man.
But this man has already been struggling with injuries. And then he had to turn around 60 days later and touch training camp.
Yo, take this in, Chris.
That's what happened.
Chris, he might lead the NBA history in games left.
Fam, but that is what happened, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he played in a grueling NBA. When we saw what happened, we thought he tore his Achilles in the finals, fam, in game 2.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
Fam, you don't remember when he was at the scoreboard? No, not the scoreboard. When he was when he fell behind the net. On the left side of the net, and we thought he tore his Achilles in game 2, fam. I'm telling you.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I still remember still. Go ahead.
And he came back in, and then they said it was just his ankle, and he came back in to continue to guard Jimmy Butler. Fam.
But I don't understand what you're arguing. Are you trying to tell us that he's not a glass man? Like he's been a glass man.
No, what I'm trying to say is he is a glass man. He definitely is a glass man. He always had his issues when it comes to injuries. But when you compound it now with the fact that you go through that grueling playoff run, turn around 60 days later, and you're in training camp now.
But the thing is, Bearman's did that. Jokic did that, and he's having the best.
Jokic didn't do that, fam.
Jokic,
the only man that did that is Jimmy and the crew.
Don't forget, these men played an extra 2 weeks of basketball. Like, let's not get it twisted. Jokic went deep into this thing. Mm-hmm. So he came around and did what? Turned up. Yeah, my thing is, everybody thought AD...
That helped Jokic. That might have helped Jokic.
God, man just can't pick and choose. If you're playing well, it helped you. If you're playing bad, it didn't help you.
No, you know why? I'm not picking and choosing. Because
I understand Jokic is a slow starter. I get it. But the thing is, I'm looking at the results right now. Because what we're seeing, we would have pegged AD as I personally thought he was gonna have MVP season. I thought he was gonna come out like Curry did after he won his first championship with the confidence of I am that guy. I can do this. Instead, what are we seeing? His worst numbers since his sophomore season. What else? The one time you ask him to win a game again without Bron, I thought after winning that championship, he was gonna develop the qualities and the leadership to realize I can win games on my own. Whenever LeBron hangs it up or whenever LeBron's gone. And I've seen the exact opposite. This is the Pelicans. This is Anthony Davis. So what happens whenever LeBron hangs it up now and he has to do it by himself?
Yeah, you signed him on for 5 years still. You guys, at least you know what you're getting. At least you know what.
Nah, don't get it twisted. I'll take it, but
yeah, we're not gonna move. He's a great player. You'd rather have them than lose him.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. But he's not that guy.
Definitely not.
I'm confirmed now because I already didn't believe it. That's the thing with me. You believed it. I did not believe it. So now it's confirmation for me. You might need a couple.
I still believe it.
You think he's that guy?
I still believe that. Not to say that he's that guy, saying that he's like the leader of a whatever, but I'm saying I still believe in the talent that is AD.
No one's questioning the talent, bro. It's the intangibles.
I've only been talking about him being the second best player in the NBA based on coming into the league, this season.
Based on what?
Based on the talent. based on what I watched with my eyes in that finals game, he could have been finals MVP.
So he's the second most talented man in the NBA. I get it. Cool.
He actually could have been finals MVP. Like, if he got that, it would have been his.
Though.
I would have, me as a LeBron James fan, I couldn't say nothing about it.
Talent
because I watched what I seen.
Yo, Iggy has one of those, just saying. So.
Yeah, because you know who is also a low-key fraud, you know.
But yo,
you ain't got to get into that.
Speaking on the Lakers.